ahead and go live. It's I want to talk about something very strange, very different. Let me pull this up. I want to share the screen right quick about this. If you've watched Kobe, then you've seen a little bit of this. It is beyond weird, okay? Beyond weird. That's all I can say about it. Hang on a second, guys. Let me pull this back up. Let me go to my history. Here we go. Let me go find number 1 to this right here. It's actually a 4-part thing, and so I'm like, okay, wait a minute. There's 1 part there. Okay. Let's see if I can find this. Okay, so here this is. I'll leave that right there.
Very too. Maddie was tearing up.
Teared up because I was like,
really deep with
Jesus
the
is putting me in
I know it's
position
small because
I have to speak the truth sometimes, and it's hard.
This is the strangest thing. Hey, Leslie, so good to see you, honey. How you doing?
Hurting someone's
Glad you
feelings
came
by
over.
giving them God's truth.
This is a really strange. Hey,
sometimes
Sprinkle.
I do feel
Hey,
like
I didn't know if you wanted to do this or not. Remember yesterday when you said, "Oh my God, that's so weird."
I'm just like, if I get in like a bad mood or I feel irritated,
I didn't know if you wanted to do it or not. But I feel
like I'm
disappointed if you want me
disappointed.
to, Sprinkle. It's fine.
And that's what it's. That's the point of having a relationship with Him.
It's such a weird,
the thing is,
weird
when
subject. It's
people always
really
say, "Well, it's not a license to sin."
What?
I never said it was. I never said once saved, always saved as a license.
Okay. All right. Let me come back over here. So the thing about this is, these people, I don't know why they are doing this, but they are like sort of, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was waiting for. Oh, I'm sorry, Sprinkle. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. Okay, here, let me drop this for you. Let me get this for you over here. Here we go. Copy. Okay, and put it right here for you. Paste. Okay, there you go. There you go, Sprinkled. Okay, so what this is these people, basically they were, I saw Kobe talking about this a little bit yesterday, and these people were like, oh, Lori and Chad are innocent. Y'all don't understand. This lady's name is Mandy, and she comes across like she's actually saying what God's telling her to say. Okay, it's so incredibly weird, but it's so incredibly abusive. It is basically grifting. Hey, Sprinkle, there's my friend.
Hi, honey.
Grifting off of Chad and Lori Daybell's situation, right? I don't know where they came from. I don't know who they are, but when I saw it and started listening to it, I was like, you got to be kidding me. You stupid. What is wrong with you to come on? I mean, it's almost as if they were making fun of the victims. And this just made me so mad. And I told Sprinkle, I said, look at this trash. Got to talk about it, right? We got to talk about it because it's so incredibly horrible.
I feel like the only people that would be able to ever say something like that, or the only person would be Colby.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, it's his family. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call them.
Psychos.
Yeah, psychos. They are sociopathic, I think. I mean, this lady sits there and talks like she is actually God. Like God's channeling through her, telling her what to say to all of us. It is the weirdest garbage I've ever seen. Hey, Coffee and Skeletons. No, you're not late. We just got started. We just turned it on and got started. I want y'all to listen to a little bit of this. We're going to go back and forth listening to it, because when you listen to this lady and what she's saying and how she's saying it, it's like she thinks that she's Lori, like she's the duplicate of Lori Vallow. Basically, it goes back to she thinks that she's the duplicate of Lori Vallow. She thinks that we all have some sort of duplicate created by God. Okay, let me turn this on for just a second, guys. Don't freak out.
It's a sin, but I did say that it's finished, all sins on the cross, and I gave many scriptures proving that today in the comment section. But anyway, it is 11:13 today. 11:13 is a big number because in 2023 of the month of 9/12, the day after our lovely Tal experience video that Jesus had us do, talking about the kingdom marriages and soulmates, and then on 9/12 he had us go to Myrtle Beach again, you know, for like just another little
Can I hear it
vacation,
okay?
a couple days.
Yeah,
thing,
it's
which
good.
was really fun.
Okay.
And he spoke the word asteroid in the very beginning of the video, and you could hear God's voice. It was pretty amazing. And so,
Delusional much?
we were talking all about that for 10 minutes as it
I'm
was
sorry?
recording. And now we're just trying to remember what we said. Because
I'm going to move it forward so we actually start talking about duplicates,
how
because this is where it gets so
really
strange.
hard. And
Come on.
how
If
I was
Jesus is
tough
going to come down and
on
talk to
myself,
somebody,
like,
it's
I
not
ran
going to
from
be these
God
two
in the very
yahoos, that's for
beginning.
sure.
Because, you know,
You're damn right about
I
that.
felt
Hang
his
on.
heart conviction. And it's really hard because I knew that people were going to come against me. In Nashville, and then I got signed to another company. They were doing like a TV show on. I've proven it, and I'll prove it again if I have to.
So I want to say that as well.
Okay.
It's okay,
Sorry,
honey.
I'm trying to get it together.
It's okay. So I'm going to start off with reading.
Here we go. This is where it kind of starts.
And I don't want to say those things. To
It
those
is
people because I know
crazy.
God is doing everything
Thank
for
you,
His
Coffee
glory. He's like
Intelligence.
switching things in
Hey,
and out.
Coffee.
And you know, when I was getting a message the other day, a couple days ago, you know, I heard the Lord speaking, and He started mentioning Lori and Chad. I didn't want to talk about that. I knew that the world was not going to understand that, and
Elizabeth, how you doing?
that we were going to get a lot
Good
of
to see
hate from
you.
it because God already warned us about it. But you don't understand. Like, I have to, because I don't want to disappoint Jesus. I put Him first, and it's just really hard sometimes.
Oh my
And I'm
God, the
sorry. I don't know
tears.
why I'm so emotional. Today. It
Stop.
must be the pregnancy.
For Lori
Oh, it's so
and Chad.
cute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my love. It's okay.
Okay. All right. So we're going to read. First of all, let me say that is 11. Okay, 11:13.
That.
Yeah, but I wanted to say that in 9:12 that he spoke 113, and He said destruction will fall. Right? He was marking 113 for a reason, and I'm not sure why, because you know He speaks in the future for things. Okay. He also wanted us to read his
Actually,
next
they're
prophecy,
not
which
part
is
of the Daybell call.
5:13, and he wanted
These
me
people
to
came
read
aboard all of a sudden
Hitting on the Heart,
using Chad and Lori's.
5:13.
It's their
like the
drift.
scribe
It's
message
their
he gave
drift,
me.
you know.
Of course it is.
I'll let you go first, and
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to try to read it, okay? It's hard without my teacher. Guys, a lot of you guys say
They think
I'm a
there's
wuss,
something, don't they?
and look
They
at this
do.
doofus.
It's the craziest thing
Guys,
I've ever seen.
it takes a man to understand that she has her place. Jesus puts people in different places, and I have no trouble with my woman, you know, being put where Jesus has put her. I root for her all the time. I'm not scared or feel less manly because I root my woman on, and I
Okay, I'm already over these two. I wonder what their end goal for all this is.
Without even looking at the whole story and watching the whole video, you're fast forwarding it and looking at parts, looking at the translations to see what you can pick out to try to come against them, instead of looking at the entire piece of what I'm bringing to you with the full completion of the messages and the videos that I'm releasing through my people.
Okay.
You're never going to get it if you only do the bare minimum and only watch partial of the video. Because the way I speak and the way I transition everything in, I always kind of start from the beginning, and then I major into the middle, and then I bring the ending in, and then go back to the beginning, transitioning it all perfectly into my masterpiece of what I'm trying to convey to my children. But if you're only going to listen to the first 5 minutes, you're going to miss every single thing. And you're not going to get all the puzzle pieces like how it's going to fit perfectly one another, with one another. I'm just correcting you. You see, this is what I'm trying to show you. These messages, my prophets will be able to read them forward and backwards.
Look what it
And
says.
after she
Lord and
translates this
child,
entire
they're
message,
innocent.
I
The
will
elite
have her
set
read
them up.
forward
What in the
and
crap
backwards so
hell?
you can see the supernatural is here and how you can read my words and the words that I'm speaking through my prophets forward and backwards and how I'm the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, and there's no one above me. So I'm the only one that can translate these words through my people to get it out perfectly and to convey actually
She's the
every
only
single thing
one.
that I'm speaking to my people so they can understand and be able to
Mm.
translate what I'm trying to give them through the message and the information that I'm bringing out to my people to let them know that I truly love them and I want to save them all because I'm the God, the creator of heaven and earth, and there's no God above me. And I want to save all of my children.
I'm
I'm
just
making
like,
this message very difficult for Mandy because she's going to have to translate all this, but I'm speaking really fast because I need you to know that no human being could actually translate all of this unless it was a supernatural and God speaking through it from heaven.
Oh, good Lord.
yeah, okay. So no human being can actually translate that. Okay, liar. All right, liar. Okay. Now, so these people, they came on and they started doing this, and what's interesting about it is when she starts giving the story about duplicates, because I've listened to a few of these so I could understand what she's talking about. And what she's talking about is that we all have duplicates. And now that she's the duplicate of Lori because she needs to continue the story, that to me is very frightening. I'm thinking to myself, you gonna start taking kids' lives? Is that what's gonna happen next? Come on.
Well, she's Lori's
Yeah.
doppelganger.
Yeah.
Is that what she's trying to say?
Yeah, right. Elizabeth, right. Andy Warhol. Jeez. These people are like, you got to wonder how many people are actually following them because it's very cult-like. I mean, all of these things end up being very cult-like, and I don't understand why people or how people could even think that this stuff could be real. You know, I want to find. Let me go back. I'm going to get on my iPad and go here and look at this really quick about this people and this channel. Hang on just a second, because it is so. Her name is Mandy De La Parra, and it's called Seek Heavenly Things, right? And when you listen to it, I want to hear the one where she starts talking about duplicates. Hang on just a second. Let me see if it's this one. Oh, come on. Yeah.
I started to watch Colby's reaction to this last night, but I fell asleep. I didn't get to watch it.
Well, actually, Colby had a great reaction to this. If y'all did not watch it, we can go watch Colby if you want to do that because he watched. That's right. She forgot all about it. Colby watched the most important part, and that is when he started talking about these duplicates. Hang on, we'll just go pick up Colby, and he doesnn't mind, you know. Hang on a second, guys. We'll get Colby up here. I'm just so shocked by the entire situation. I could not believe what I was hearing. Oh my God. Okay. Let me get Colby.
All I could think of was Grandma and Grandpa when I saw this. That's all I could think of. Not that they're Grandma and Grandpa, that JJ and Kylie's Grandma and Grandpa. That's all I could think of.
Yeah, I felt so sorry for him. Okay.
I just felt like Kay, and I can't think of Grandpa's name. It's
Larry.
going.
Hey, Larry.
Yes. All I could think of was like, oh my God, those poor people.
Here we go.
They were heeding my
this is
call
Colby's
and my
reaction to
warning,
this.
and I know many
And he
of
was,
you are going to say,
it was quite incredible.
she has the same spirit that Lori did.
Are you sure about that?
You're right, she does.
Oh my God.
Yes, you do. And it's not the Holy One. It's not the Holy Spirit. Because you don't call the Holy Spirit the same Spirit. See, the Holy Spirit is not a familiar spirit. The Holy Spirit is God's Spirit in you. And yeah, literally, you sound like her. You're defending her.
Listen to that.
Where are you coming from? Did you know her? Like, what is this? This 30-minute prayer. And I'm going to be real, too. No disrespect to the dude next to her, but I couldn't sit there for 30 minutes while someone's pulling me like this, and I'm just looking at the camera. Dead silent. I'm just being real. That's crazy.
They disappeared in Hawaii. They were heeding my call and my warning, and I know many of you are going to say, oh, she has the same
like she's
spirit that Lori did.
Are you sure about that?
You're right, she does.
This is like defending Letitia.
Yes, you do.
Thank you. It
and
is.
it's not the Holy
I mean,
One. It's not the Holy Spirit.
Casey Anthony, it's just ludicrous. It's
Oh,
just
the-
It's
ludicrous.
like all of them in one,
They
right?
disappeared
Let me see if I can get this thing
in
right
Hawaii.
up right. Come on.
Talk-
I don't want
They
that part. I want this
disappeared
part. And I
in
want
Hawaii.
to pull it where we can move past this little bit right here because it's
Talking
really
to
more
a
interesting
professional.
over here.
And again, I'll always tell you
And they disappeared.
Okay, come on. I want to make it big. Now make it big. Come on. I want to get rid
talking
of
to a
this
mental
one.
health professional.
Your computer's
Again,
working good today.
Yeah.
Most importantly, you have to.
Let's get up here and get
And
this.
they disappeared in Hawaii.
I want to get past this little spot
Why?
right here, though. And I don't want to. I don't know if it's going to let me. I guess we'll have to listen to it.
They were
I don't want to
heeding my
listen to that, but
call
oh,
and
brother,
my
yeah.
warning.
Oh, brother's
Many
right.
of you are going to say, "Oh, she has the same spirit that Lori did."
Are you sure about that?
It's crazy.
You're
I
right,
don't want
she
to keep
does.
repeating
It's
that.
a
I want to move past that. Ugh.
Yes, you do. And it's not the Holy One. It's not the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
Talking to a mental health professional. And again, I'll always tell you guys one thing.
Your stipulation.
Hang on a minute.
Your
You see, I don't know where it is, the real
They
one. I don't know if we can
disappeared
listen to the whole thing.
in
because,
Hawaii.
I'm only seeing this little bit of this clip, and I want to see the
Talking to
real
a
one
mental health
where he was
professional.
talking to these
And
people
they
yesterday because it was
disappeared
quite
in
amazing.
Hawaii.
Actually. But I don't really. Hang on a minute. We'll go over here. Go to my history and I'll find it. Hang on, guys. We'll just talk amongst ourselves while we find it. Okay, this was
I would
yesterday
love to see
when I was
Colby
watching
going on
Colby
with them,
run.
talking with them directly. That would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, like sitting there and sounding like Lori, I could not believe everything I was hearing. I mean, like, well, what the hell? Okay, here, come on now. Let me get Colby. Come on, Colby. Let's go back to your channel. I've seen this, not a short, but the real channel. Colby Ryan. I am subscribed to it. Okay, hang on a minute, guys. I hope he did more than just a short. Oh, here it is, right here. Duh. All right.
Rocking crap is this whole lie that you're
All right. Yeah.
on, do check-ins, and she'd say, "Have you gotten any answers? Have you gotten any answers?" I'm like, "No, I'm praying. I'm praying and praying and praying." And guess what? The more spiritual that I felt, the more off I felt, the more upset I got because it didn't make any sense. And I knew something was wrong and I was gaslighting myself out of it. So God never, ever, ever, ever one time has come to me and said, "By the way, this is all opposition from evil. This is Lori Job, and she's the female Job. And this is all because of my bigger plan that Lori and Chad are going to usher this in." She didn't watch the trials. You can tell she didn't watch the trials. Their evidence in there is literally their texts between each other about how miserable they were with their families and pre-planning, like seancing. Tell me one time Jesus did a seance.
Thank
Tell
you.
me.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot use both and then tell me they're actually, she doesn't know what she's talking about. So she's talking out of her crappy mouth. Like it's crap.
Okay.
Not her crappy. Sorry, that sounds very rude. She's talking crap out of her mouth. And this is also on the word of God. And then she's going to think, they're going to think that I'm hating on their video, that I'm hating on the spirit. No, this actually, you need to turn away from this. You need to turn away from what you're doing right now. This is so dangerous for you, not just for the public, because most of the comments are not supportive, but for you. This is dangerous for you and the guy sitting next to you. This is dangerous stuff.
Know the entire story. You just hear things from hearsay, and now you're repeating every single thing that you heard with actually knowing the actuality of the truth and what was conveyed to you, because it wasn't conveyed to you through me, because you refused to come to my feet and ask me what my plans are for my children and why I allowed Lori and Chad to go through that testing, that trial of faith.
So Lori and Chad are the victims, right? It's not Tammy. It's not Charles. It's not Tylee. It's not JJ. We're back to Chad and Lori are martyrs for God. They're going through so much. They've lost so much. What do you mean they didn't lose anything? They lost nothing. They literally took everything for themselves. They literally took lives and money and would have done anything to continue this down.
that they are going through and why they disappeared in Hawaii.
For fair use, we have to stop every once
They
in a
were
while and kind of
heeding
talk
my
about it.
call and my warning.
I
I know
love
many
Colby.
of you are going to say, oh,
It's
she has the same spirit that warns.
It's amazing he was turned out like he has with a mother like her.
I know.
Yes,
Absolutely.
you do.
Hang on a second.
And
We'll
it's not
stop
the
for a minute.
Holy One.
Well, for fair use, we'll stop for a minute and kind of talk about this. But the thing is what the mother he grew up with, he talks about sometimes it's not really the same person, but then I got to wonder if he just did not realize it was the same person.
Yeah, I've heard him say that too.
Yeah.
But, I guess people can change. I don't know. Even I've heard a lot of the family members used to say that she was an amazing mom.
Yeah, right.
The same people that said that she was a crappy one, said that she was an amazing one too. So you kind of got to believe what they say because they're not defending her 100%.
Right.
But I think even Kay and Larry said at one point she was an amazing mom.
They did. But, if I always kind of wonder, though, is there something they did not see? But they could not see it until they were outside, until she was not in there. Like maybe she did things that they never really paid attention to until much, much later. And they were like, oh, gosh, that really was odd or something like that.
Yeah.
I always wonder about that because, even still today, Lori Vallow will sit there and say, oh, no, she's going to get exonerated and so is Chad. Now, if you listen to these two yo-hos over here who keep going on about being their duplicates and all that, they talk about that too, which is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Because these people, Colby's right. They never watched these trials because if they watched these trials, they might have seen something. Well, even if they watched it, I don't think they would have cared.
No.
It's almost as if this is the biggest grift I've ever seen off of the Vallow-Daybell situation, because they know if they use these terminology right here, people are going to flock to it to see what the hell they're talking about it, because that's a big trial. It was a big story. It was high profile. They want to get their word out. They're going to use the Daybell and the Vallow situation, I think. So,
well, the sad part about it is these people don't realize how badly they're well, maybe they do, but how badly they're disrespecting the victims with something like this.
You damn right they are. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. I wonder if Colby could get them, shut down somehow. I wonder about that because I think he should. If he could, I think he should, or at least get him to stop using the Daybell Vallow name. Anyway, well, let's listen to more a little bit because
freedom of speech is so broad, though, that it limits what people can do. That's what's so sad.
Well, you're right about that. Okay, we'll listen a little bit more here. Hang on.
It's not the Holy Spirit. Because you don't call the Holy Spirit the same Spirit.
Here.
But it's not evil. And she's not a doomsday killer.
Yes, she is.
You see, there are many parts and many pieces you do not realize because you don't have all of the information. Even inside of the family, they do not realize these things because it was hidden, it was covered up. But I'm telling you right now, I'm Yeshua HaMashiach speaking, and that evidence.
She's speaking as God. That's what's coming out this woman's mouth.
The family doesn't even know. Come on.
By the way, she's also saying that the inside of the families don't know what's going on because it's been hidden away. Right? Like we're going to go on some treasure hunting trip with Nicolas Cage to find the answers. It's not hidden away. It's right in your face. So now the family's wrong because we don't know what's going on. We don't know the truth. We don't know what's going on. This is all a God thing. It's too above our spiritual pay grade.
Will come.
Right. Only Lori understood because she's an exalted.
You will see the truth.
I'm glad he had the reaction to this that he did.
The conspiracy and how every single thing that they
because it could have been really detrimental. I think back many months ago, his reaction might have been totally different.
How do you think?
But it could really be damaging, things like this.
I mean, hearing Colby's point of view, hearing any family member that out of that situation's point of view, I think is great because it directly affects them. And
Oh,
what
yeah.
these two are doing right here affects them as well. And it's dangerous as hell.
Yeah, it's like all these people that comment on Koberger.
Yeah,
You know,
right,
it's like
right.
what the effects that it has on these families is just so bad. It's just horrible. And there's a certain limit that people shouldn't be able to comment on certain things. That should be left to the family alone. They're the victims. We, the public, even though we have our opinions, we're not the victims. So there should be a line that you can't cross as the public that crosses into victims' rights. And I don't know where you can set that line up, but there has to be something where people just aren't allowed to say certain things or do certain things because they're not a victim.
I'm trying, what I'm going to try to do is find these, I know these people are on, they're on all the social media. I want to let this play a little bit more while I find their Reddit thing, because now the thing up on Reddit is very interesting. Hang on.
Things she was trying to bring to the course, it was never put through.
Ooh, you have the same spirit.
Listen.
You got it. You two are very similar. You got the same thing going for you.
Do you think that was a coincidence? Do you think there may be a reason why I kept her silent from saying anything about anything? And do you think that she may not even know my true plan?
She wasn't silent at all.
Oh
She
my
represented
God.
herself in 2 cases back to back and talked for herself. She represented herself. What are you talking about silent? She got kicked out the court for talking.
That I have for her, that she's just sitting there quietly waiting for me to make my move, which I will make my move.
This is not godly.
No, it's not. Thank you,
Guys,
Colby.
Nicolas
It's not.
Cage is from the treasure hunting movie. National Treasure. That's why I
I'm
said
going to
Nick Cage.
find out that the autopsy report and all the forensics and everything attached to this case are not those children.
Who are they?
What did you just say?
Yeah. You turn that up.
I need to go back just a tad. So the autopsy report now and the forensics are not the children.
Find out that the autopsy report and all the forensics and everything attached to this case are not those children.
Well, who are they then?
And you're going to see the supernatural, and you're going to start to believe in the other worlds and where I have hidden them.
Oh,
What are
please
you
unhide.
talking about?
That's
This is
too
like
much.
freaking
That's just too much. That's
Reverend
that's
Donna
way
and
crossing
all
the
these
line.
people who do this blasphemy work, who act like they
It is
know what's
blasphemy,
going
isn't
on
it?
and they don't. And yes, I said her freaking name because I'm sick. I'm never, ever not gonna. You're disrespectful for speaking the way you did. These people are
Amen.
disrespectful, and
They
I
are
have no
whack
filter
jobs,
for it.
Leslie.
This is disrespectful. Yes, it was them that they were murdered, and here you are sitting here rocking for 45 minutes, talking about something you obviously don't know anything about. And do you think that that's not hurtful and disrespectful to try to put this out publicly when you have nothing to do with this?
Exactly.
Imagine me coming on
Exactly.
here
That's my
and
point.
using this channel with our community and say, oh yeah, well, these victims, that wasn't really them, and they're hidden away in a hidden world. What fantasy game are you playing? Turn the Xbox off. I promise you that that was them,
The
and that's
Xbox
how this
off.
works. I don't know who you think you are, but this was for clout. I can feel it in my soul. I'm looking through
Amen,
her,
Colby.
and I can see the same spirit. It's exactly. She admitted it herself. This is not God. She's speaking on behalf of God, and she's acting like this is some prophet straight from heaven down through her. This is not a mouthpiece of God. I promise you that.
It's all about the money.
Lori and Chad, they do not even know this.
And the sad
information.
part about it is because they are such whack jobs, they're going
I
to get a
kept
lot
it
of
from
views.
them.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm relaying it to the public. So eventually on my
Things
perfect
like this
timing,
should
it
not be
will
allowed to
get
be
to
monetized.
them, and they will understand.
So it doesn't
You're
matter
right.
how many views they get. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You could get 1 million views, but if you're talking about a victim of a crime that you're not involved in, you should not be able to get monetized.
Okay, let me ask you all this. She is no better than Lauren Matthias at this point. No better. To me, it is the same equal low. You know, oh yeah, we agree with Sprinkle 100%. But you know, let me tell y'all what she's put on Facebook. Okay, I don't even go to Facebook, but when I came across this, I was like, oh my gosh, we've got to look at all these things because what's wrong with this person? Listen to this. This was 6/8 of 2025. There's a reason I have summed up the commandments in two. I always want you to love your Lord and God. I hear she's preaching. And if you read this, you're going to find my true character. Right? I am, because you're crazy. But she goes, wait a minute. Let me see. Go back over here. She goes, I have sent, she goes, I have sent, and she's still acting like she's Jesus. Like she comes on all these things and acts like she's God. I've sent my son to die for your flesh, all this different thing. Every time she speaks, she acts like she's like God speaking through her. It is the most, even Lori wasn't this bad. Here we go. God.
How I'm using them now.
Oh my.
This is crazy. This is so crazy, bro. We're talking about this because this is happening all the time. Yeah, exactly. Prophets. Perfect example.
Thank you.
Clout prophets, whatever this is not from God. She just knew if she said something about this and rocked for 45 that this would happen. So that's probably why she did it. This is why I always stay away from this stuff, but no more. This is ridiculous. And this is also using God once again, which is, these are the two biggest triggers to me in the world. Talking about my family, disrespecting and discrediting everything that actually happened to my family as if it never happened. And secondly, using God to back up your evil plan and say that all of the evil was God's will. And you're sitting here speaking as God, as if you're receiving some revelation, and you're not.
You see, she didn't even know what happened to those children.
Yes,
There's a
she
reason
did.
for that.
Unbelievable.
This is why she stayed quiet for so long.
She didn't stay quiet.
And then she concocted a story.
Concocted a story. You just admitted that she lied.
Because nobody wanted to actually hear anything from
Can y'all
heaven.
believe this?
Nobody actually wanted to hear her truth.
Why would she concoct a story if she had the truth? Why would she have to make up a story? That
Amen,
literally
Kobe,
contradicts
amen.
itself.
They were all judging her, just like many of you in the body of Christ has been doing for so long.
You should not speak for the body of Christ.
You listen to the media. They put out these false truths, and you believe every single word.
You are literally putting out false truths right now. Highlight yourself. Have you ever looked in a mirror? You should have one in front of you, because you're literally doing this. You're literally worse than the media. At least the media didn't say any of this crap. The media never went this far.
I'm
that you
surprised
hear.
she did not make
And
herself
it's
look
all
just like
part
Lori.
of the enemy's plan and his agenda to create division, to create hate, and to create fear. That is why fear-mongering is so powerful. And
She is a ranter. I know I can talk. Gosh. So apparently Jesus
He's so
is only for the select, by the way.
That's
You
right.
have to be
elite,
very
right?
special to have a relationship with Jesus and get some words from him. You definitely need a special connection.
That we
And
don't
don't
have.
forget that you have to rock and close your eyes to pray and speak on Jesus' behalf. A lot of this is a lot of Prophet Mandy. So I think that's her. Okay,
Yeah.
so she's calling herself a
She
prophet.
thinks she's a prophet too.
Awesome. And you know what? She's playing a game that you don't want to play. She knows what she's doing. I'm gonna put that out there. This is not from her heart. This is not a good thing that she's doing. I'd much rather watch this video than any more of this. Let's look at these comments.
Okay, yeah, hang on.
While God.
Okay, for fair use, we have to stop every once in a while. But I agree with Colby. It is all profit. She throws. Remember when Lori starts talking about wheats and tares? She said something like that in her little speech in court where the judge rolled his eyes. Y'all remember that? And if you don't know, I know not everybody's biblical, whatever, but really all it means is the good and the evil, the good versus the evil. That's it. That's all it is. So I don't know why she thought she had to use the word weeds and tares. It just illustrates both the good and the evil exist together in the world and in the church and in judgment, right? Well, and we know they do because listen to this mess over here. I am just, you got to wonder how many more. Okay, see, that's the question I have. How many more will come out with trash like this using those two people's names? I mean, golly, Sprinkle, what do you think?
Oh, people are going to take this and run with this. You know that.
Yeah.
Without question. It's just going to start the downhill, like the rock rolling downhill, picking up on all these crazies who are going to jump on this bandwagon and are going to start spewing the same nonsense.
Yeah, I think you're
and
right.
There's nothing anybody can do to stop it. And that's just wrong because at the end of the day, like I said, it is so disrespectful to all those victims. It's just so disrespectful. It's disgusting.
I mean, when she started, what got me, number one, I'm surprised. Did y'all hear my comment? I'm surprised she didn't make herself look like Lori because she's trying to sound just like Lori, right?
Yeah.
But her Chad does not look anything like Chad. Okay,
Chad looks like a Chad. He looks like a
chunk of Chad. That's what I call him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they're both interesting. To say the word, I don't know what else to say. Interesting is a good word.
Oh my God, I just want to laugh. It's not funny. It's not funny. But this woman and this garbage. There's something called social counts, all right? And it talks about how many people follow different people on social media. And listen to this. On social counts, her channel has 3 million views, 627 videos, folks, between all the different sites that she's on. Can you believe that mess? That's a lot. Yeah. What else is it? Okay, what does it say about her? Let's see.
Well, in every case, you're going to have those stupid, I shouldn't say stupid because that's probably against the rules. You're going to have these people that think that the perpetrator is innocent. Yeah. Obviously. Right. But to take it to this level is just, who do these people think they are? Like, what you have to think about, how do they live their daily life? What do they go through in their daily life? How do they act? Does she walk around acting like an exalted being in her daily life?
I'm thinking she does, to be honest with you. I think she does.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because when you listen to her and she's trying to say, she always talks like she's actually God. Like she's just, okay, I made a comment on her page about something and I said, oh my God, what are you doing? Don't you realize this is dangerous, blah, blah, blah. She goes, I'm just telling you what God said. This is what God told me to say. I'm like, oh my Lord. Hang on a second. I want to go to this.
Like I said before, if God is going to come down here and talk to anybody, it's not going to be these two yahoos. There's other people that God would much rather speak to than these two.
You're right, but I'm going to show you something over here, guys. Hang on. Now, when was the trial for Lori? And you would think I would never forget that, but right now I don't remember. Okay, but was it in 2023, 2024?
God, there's been so many. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But we're going to go back to 2000. This is going to be from March 26th of 2023. Does she think she's Lori then? Let's see. Hang on.
No. You gave her that. It has fentanyl in it.
the weirdest thing, okay? And so
Where's
I was
God?
like freaking out, trying to figure out how to get this person to
It's
the
the same
doctor.
person.
And then there was
She
someone
looks
in there
really
saying,
different.
"Oh no, don't trust the medical field." Oh, okay. So then I woke up, but when I woke up, or before I woke up, this person that was drinking the water had seizures and was passing, and I was freaking out trying to get help. And then when I woke up, I'm like screaming in my dream to help this person. And when I woke up, I felt the Lord holding my hand, because when he gives me a message, he squeezes
Okay.
my hand a lot of times.
Here we go.
And sorry, I'm actually at church right now with the family, so I had to step outside real quick and excuse the rain. But anyway, then I went back to sleep. Then I had another dream. I was sleeping, and I was in this meeting. It was like a real estate meeting, and I was trying to.
Okay. Now, did you hear all that? She wasn't Lori Vallow right there. What happened? And then the other day we talked about, okay, remember the other day I did that live about Chad Daybell's letter number 9 and his so-called near-death experiences. I think that what's happening is here is, okay, she's talking about having these dreams about God coming to her, blah, blah, blah. I think that Chad Daybell is dreaming too. I think he's having little dreams, like he's sitting there falling asleep during the daytime and having a little dream and waking up. All of a sudden, he calls that his near-death experience because he can't stay awake.
It's too bad it can't be a real death experience.
I'm like, okay, she's trying to say that God comes to her here, right? But she's not being Lori Vallow. So what's going on here, right?
I wonder if she's in contact with Lori, if they're writing each other.
Oh, I would love to know that, right? I would love to know that.
Because I could see Lori being like, yes, go on, speak as me. Speak
Watch
as me.
this, guys. It's funny. Hair color by Jesus.
Just so you see that I'm not coloring it.
No,
And
I don't even want to do
I'm
that
not doing.
Oh, she changes her looks a lot.
Mhm.
We don't even know what it's called. Coloring?
Wow.
We're not putting paint in our hair.
Yeah, my hair would fall out. Look at these streaks, guys. This is
I
crazy.
mean, that people pay a lot of money for that.
Literally,
Jesus did that for her?
Every day he changes my hair. It is
Look at
so
that. Look at the
freaking cool.
evenness on those strands.
I know. Look,
You don't. I'm telling you, you don't find. That takes a
dude, he is
professional
amazing.
to do that.
God is
Hang
awesome.
on.
Love you.
Hallelujah.
So I'm supposed to thank God for my gray hair? Is that what she's trying to say?
We're supposed to believe that's natural. Okay, ladies.
That
Did
is
you
so
look
not.
at the roots in that hair?
No.
Yeah.
No. And I'm sorry, God doesn't paint my gray hairs looking like that.
Jesus is your hairdresser. Yeah.
Jesus must not like me because he's not painting my grays that pretty.
Oh my Lord. I know, mine neither. I mean, I'm over here trying to hide it. But when you look at that picture from 2023, you can see she had a little bit of gray hair showing, that she looks like just a little bit. But all of a sudden now we have that much. Now hang on a second.
I mean, granted, I don't look the same as I did 7 years ago, but you can still see similarities. I don't even see similarities in her. She looks like a totally different person.
Right?
I mean, you add a few more wrinkles and a few more gray hairs, but you take a little eraser and you erase all those wrinkles. It's still me. She don't even look the same.
We're going to go back to her channel. Hang on a second, guys. Let's see. Let me see. Exposed. Exposed. Here we go. Here we go, guys.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to come on today to do a video with you all about Mandy De La Parra. So today's video is going to be somewhat of a discovery for those who have been following her for the last few years. She recently had put up a new post, the first one since the summer of this year. As I am scrolling through these messages, something caught my eye that made me understand why Mandy was a false prophet from the beginning. A missing clue as to why Mandy was never truly saved for salvation. This comment shown here was the final piece of that puzzle. This comment written by Mandy exposes the truth of her salvation. It was revealed she was water baptized. Now, this is the untold truth about water baptism. People will often believe that once their pastor submerges them underwater, the Holy Spirit will come upon them, just like when Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist in the Jordan River. When Mandy did the same thing, did she think she was saved? No. Now, in order for somebody to get saved for salvation, they must believe on Jesus Christ through his death, burial, and resurrection from the dead. Believing Jesus died for our sins on the cross.
Let's go find a different one. Okay. I mean, it's all of these weird. Oh, here's another one exposing this woman. Here we go. Let's watch.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to this week's pop-up RLE. These are ones that I'm going to be doing outside of my normal RLEs that either someone has shared with me or the Lord has led me to.
Oh,
so
God.
This particular channel, as you can see
Who
here
was
on the
the
screen,
lady that
this was
those
actually
two ladies where they
sent
were
to me
abusing the ladies' kids
by
and she lost
someone
all her
in
kids?
our Life Clips family, and they
eight
wanted
passengers.
me to do an RLE.
Oh, the Frankies, Ruby Frankie.
Yeah, but
the
who
Frankie
was the other
case,
lady?
Right?
Who was the other lady? Not Ruby Frankie, the other one.
Oh Lord, you know what? I don't remember, but I'm gonna pull it up for
That's
a
the
minute.
vibes this gal's giving me. She's giving me her vibes, not Ruby Frankie vibes. Her cohort.
But the other one, right?
Yeah. I can't think of her name. It's totally going away from me.
But Ruby Frankie, and who was the other chick, y'all? How come we can't remember it? Hildebrand. Her name was Hildebrand. Yes.
Yeah, she's giving me Hildebrand vibes.
Well. Yeah,
she's giving me Hildebrand vibes.
Oh my God. Let's see. It's just incredible. Okay, that was called Life. Let's see. What else is over there about this person? I don't understand myself. Let's see. Let's see. Let me find one more. False prophet. Here we go. Vanished from YouTube. And now she's back, y'all.
Okay, everyone. In today's video, the question I ask you is, where is Mandy de la Parra?
Hello.
It obviously has been a long time since she has been on her channel, Seek Heavenly Things.
Oh, no.
Where are her whereabouts? Why has she stopped replying to comments? Ever since she disappeared, everything on her channel has resumed as if nothing had happened. People have continued to comment on her posts. Is Mandy right now afraid to step out of her shell, admitting that she is a false prophet lying in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ? This reply, written by Mandy herself, was the last seen evidence from her. Will Mandy ever come back to this channel to do another post, to update her fan club on her situations, or is this the end of her as we know it? No one will ever know. If Mandy does return to this channel.
All right. She did return to this channel, but she returned to the channel as Lori Vallow. That's what he's missing here. She's returned as Lori Vallow. Oh my God. These people. Oh, it's almost comical, really, but it's not what it is, you know. Let me get this for my Sprinkle kicked herself out. I got to put her back in. Here we go. Here we go, girl. Okay, there you go for Sprinkle. Come on back in. But, you know, you got to, why now? Okay, why now is she coming back after being gone? What date was this? This was back in, let's figure out how long ago how long she was off. Okay, here. So this was done, let me see, back on 5 months ago. 5 months ago, and now she's back. So when was her first post back? That's what I'm trying to figure out. When did she decide that she was going to come back? Oh, you're backstage? Okay, add to stage. There you are, Sprinkled. Okay, you're back now.
Sorry, I was Googling Jody Hildebrand. I had to know her name. I was going crazy. And I forgot I can't go Google. My Google tendencies just took over.
Well, it was because the Lord didn't want you to know. You know that, right?
The Lord allowed me to find it, though.
Did you Google it, y'all?
Jody. It was Jody.
Jody Hildebrand. Now, that's a weird story, isn't it? Think about this. In the Jody Hildebrand and the Frankie situation, she allowed this woman to just come into her house. It was going to be, counseling the whole family or whatever, but she just kind of just took over. And like the whole family got broke up. That's not what's supposed to happen in those kind of things. So, I don't understand that either. Let's see. Let's pull something up real quick. Ruby Frankie and Jody Hildebrandt. I always wanted to know what in the world.
I'm sorry. I always take us off on these tangents.
It's okay, because I wanted to know what in the world made this start to begin with, because I never really understood how this happened, right? It didn't make no sense. So let's see.
I'm glad they got taken to court quickly, and it got resolved quickly, and they got charged quickly, because that could have drug out for a long time.
Me too. I
and
know.
then I heard that Ruby's husband is getting remarried too. I saw that the other day.
Thank God. Good for him. You know,
right?
I'm glad. So, in case you don't really remember, or you weren't around, or you don't know, they were convicted of aggravated child abuse, where Ruby Frankie was this family blogger and Jody Hildebrandt was the mental health counselor, right? And so she got herself into the family and then just started tearing the family apart. And I mean, it would be something like, even the little first grader, or was she a first grader? She forgot her lunch at home. Well, then
that was horrible.
What the hell? If you're talking about a 6-year-old child.
Yep, she said if she didn't bring her lunch, then she had to pay with the consequences of being hungry. And she actually told the teacher, do not feed her.
And the teacher couldn't, which was terrible.
Isn't that awful?
I would have gotten myself fired, because I would have fed her anyway.
No doubt.
That's a bunch of bull crap, you know. That's a bunch of bull crap. So that is amazing.
There had to have been signs. I mean, her husband had to have just been living under a rock to not see how she was treating those kids, because all that abuse just didn't start when Jody came around. All of that was going on way before. And
you're right.
I think the older daughter knew about it, because the older daughter seemed to be very vocal, but I don't think anybody listened to her.
Right. I don't think they did either, but they should have. They really should have.
Yeah. So that husband, I feel, has a lot of responsibility there, because he had to have seen. Yeah, Coffee and Skeletons, it did happen really fast. It really happened fast. I think because they both pled guilty. It makes a big difference.
Thank God they did. I mean, I would hate to see that drag out, because those children, they're affected for their entire life.
My God.
They're never going to get better. Right.
And then the poor man, that little boy went to his house, and he was the one that called the police on him. Just listening to him, he was so terribly affected by that. He was. And these people don't understand when they commit these crimes. I always call it the net of grief. The net of grief is cast so far and wide. It's not just the victims. It's like the people, like that little man who the child went to his house, the friends, the family members. The net is just so large when it comes to the people affected by these crimes. It's not just the victims. It's insane.
It is insane. But imagine, in my mind, I can see these children eventually passing away because of the condition they were in from the abuse.
Definitely. They were so malnourished.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time.
So I pulled up.
Oh, I agree, Coffee. Jody did encourage the increased abuse to the children. Absolutely.
Did Jody have children of her own?
I don't think so. And if she did, they were grown. But I don't know. I would Google it, but I'll kick myself out again.
No, don't kick yourself out again. Let's go back over here.
I want to say maybe grown, like 2 grown boys or something, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. But how you got to wonder, did they grow up like this? Because that's something I want to know. I want to know if they also were affected like this.
Yeah, I don't think, like with Ruby's daughter, I don't think it was as bad, but she definitely knew stuff was going on with her siblings. She definitely was aware of it. And I think I've seen that she's writing a book in the past few weeks. She's putting something out. She's either suing or she's putting out a book.
Listen. Oh, she has 2 children. Coffee and Skelton said she had 2 children.
Yeah. See, I kind of
my God, y'all.
Coffee. Yeah.
These people that we're talking about this. Okay. I just saw something that for 7 hours ago. Let me read to you what this says. Part 3, God's physical calendar. Okay. They talk in calendars. I mean, this is the same cultish bullshit, right? She goes 11 times shifts and has something Hezekiah supernatural looks like I'm carrying babies. Scripture 60. She's pregnant. This woman is pregnant.
Oh, the other crazy lady? The Lori?
Yes, she's
Lori
pregnant.
2.0?
Yeah,
Lori
she's
2.0?
her belly
Oh,
there.
good
She's
Lord.
pregnant. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh my. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
it's probably God's baby. It's probably Jesus's baby.
Yes. If that, you know what it is. You know that's right. I'm trying. Okay, so I pulled the transcript up from that second video, and let me go down here and see if I can find where it starts talking about these duplicate things. Hang on, just y'all talk amongst yourself for a second, because I don't want to show the whole video because it's so freaking crazy. But I wanted to talk about when she starts talking about everybody has this duplicate, and the reason why God gives you this duplicate. I'm like, or maybe y'all should just go watch when you have time, because you're going to be sitting there laughing and all this other kind of stuff while you're doing it. But she's trying to be so serious. But finding out this woman is pregnant is just
terrifying.
It is terrifying. Very terrifying. Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, it's probably Immaculate Conception and Jesus's baby. Next, she's going to come out as Mother Mary.
Oh no, it's going to be Chad Daybell's baby. Remember?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
they're the
you're probably right.
It's Chad's baby.
Yeah.
Even
Or
though Chad
she's a surrogate for Lori and Chad. She's carrying.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because they couldn't get together because they were falsely imprisoned. That's right.
Yeah.
They're falsely imprisoned. And
she's carrying their love child. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. You know that Chad did not really want any more children, and that's why those babies were dark. He didn't want to raise any more children. He was tired of being the family man. He just wanted to have fun with his trophy wife. That's really what this is all about.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it kind of looks to me. I mean, it is very, Leslie, it is very sick. I don't care. The one thing about this that I've wanted to understand from day one is how did they get to that point? Not only were they mentally ill, but for Chad Daybell, this started a long time ago. But for Lori, it started when she met Chad. And if you notice on these letters that he's writing or whatever, I can't wait for letter 10 to come out. As soon as it does, I'm coming on live to talk about it. But he never once mentions Lori in any of these letters. He talks about Tammy. He talks about, all these other things, his family, his daughters, his son-in-laws, that kind of, but he never talks about Lori. I wonder why. I wonder if he's decided that was a mistake. And, okay, now let me ask you all about this. Y'all know who Reverend Donna Serafina is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, she did predict, and it was true.
Oh, her predictions on this case were wild. Oh my gosh.
But correct.
Every single thing she said was spot on. Yeah. That was insane.
Some people think, oh, it's BS. She's a charlatan. She's all this kind of stuff.
No, because she came out with this way before. If nobody has seen her predictions on this, oh my gosh, you have to go watch it. Everything is spot on. And this was way before the kids were ever found. It was way before all of it came to head. All of it. It was insane. Insane.
She's did some mediation. Oh, she's talked about where Summer Wells is, and she's talked about where Sebastian Rogers is too. Okay. But for some reason, I don't think that anybody's taking her serious. I don't know. And I don't understand that. And I know that this sounds almost like witchcraft. In fact, this lady over here that's trying to be Lori number 2, when I first saw this, I thought to myself, cult number 1, witchcraft number 2. Where's Chuchi? Because Chuchi loves to talk about these kind of things. And witchcraft number 2, she had this amulet thing on her neck. And I'm like, okay, maybe that's what it is. But my sister's on her way. Yay. She's got to drive 2 hours. But anyway, so I'm looking at all this, and I'm thinking about Donna Serafina. Now, people talk about, well, you can't see beyond the veil. I mean, because in the Mormon religion, it's all about the veil is the divider between life, the terrestrial life, and your heavenly life and your worldly life, right? But seeing beyond the veil, they always talk about this. So for Donna, I don't know how she does it, but I do think she does know what she's talking about. And I do believe her. And I know there are people out there who have that ability, but it's not Chad. It's not Lori. It's not this crazy other Mandy De La Pera person and her man. If those two are not it.
You have heard her prediction on summer, haven't you, Lil Red?
Yeah, I listened to a little bit of that today.
Yeah, I kind of it's been a couple years since I've listened to it, but I kind of feel like everything she said could have absolutely happened, because she brought up the carnival, and remember how all that came out about the carnival and the people following them, and it really, I was like, I could see everything that she said in regards to summer happening.
So, I mean, y'all remember the picture where she's sitting there by the milk cartons, right? In the car. Do y'all think in that picture that she's with us or not with us?
I think she was alive there. I think she was alive there.
Okay, you think she was just sleeping, right?
Yeah, I think she was.
I mean, because remember, Hunter talks about when they were at the horse farm and she went swimming in that nasty ass. My child would have never gotten that nasty ass mess, because that's right. Horses get in there, poop in it, and swim in it, drink, all this mess. No, my child would have got in that. But he talked about she was under a little bit too long. She could have had that silent drowning thing. That absolutely could have been what happened to her.
The dry drowning, yeah.
Yes, dry drowning. I mean, yeah, I meant that. I called it silent. It wasn't silent. But anyway, I think that could have happened to her.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee and skeletons. There's a picture of little Summer Wells. And she's sitting in the back seat of a car, and she's sitting beside these milk jugs. And it looks like, and she's asleep. I mean, I don't know why somebody took a picture of her asleep on those milk jugs. That is the strangest picture I've ever seen. I don't know why they did that. But some people think that she's not with us then because her fingernails and her lips look a little blue. But not blue, but just a little bit. But you got to think back, if something happened in that horse pond and they were driving home like that, it is strange, girl. It is strange, coffee and skeletons. They were driving home like that it was already beginning to happen, But then they said she got out of the car and went in the house. So
yeah, because didn't her brothers, I want to say that they said her brothers saw her coming in.
Right. Like she was out in the yard and then she went in the house. But then she never came back. Nobody ever saw her come back out. So
they came in from the grocery store. She went to grandma's, then came back in, and then never saw her again. But they did see her get out of the vehicle.
So is this another Sebastian? I mean, did something happen, but they didn't want to tell anybody? I mean, I don't know what happened to Sebastian.
I thought that for a long time too. I definitely think there was foul play involved. And I think that they were involved. I think Candace was involved. And I think it has to do with money for Summer. And I think it went too far.
What do you think about Hunter? Do you think Hunter has anything to do with it?
I don't think so.
Okay. I think he's just an innocent child who was stuck in the middle of it. Yeah. I agree with that. I do. I think so. I don't understand. Now, Hunter was always hanging out with Candace. What was that really about? I don't know.
Yeah, that was crossing the line, that relationship.
Yeah. I think so too. I want to know what Donna Serafina said about the Sebastian case, because I know she's done.
I've not seen that one. I'm going to have to look that up. That's interesting.
Yeah, I would like to know. Let me look at something really fast. Let me see if I can pull anything up from that. Not on
especially
YouTube,
because she was so spot on the kids, on JJ and Kylie. I mean, it was just eerie.
It was all the way down to the bag over the head.
Oh my gosh, amazing! Everything. Yeah, it was just incredible.
Let me see if I can pull it up without having to go onto to YouTube for it. Poor Colby. I'm telling you, that child, he's been to hell and back with this whole thing, Okay, let's see.
Yeah. It's going to be lifelong for him. It's never going to go away.
Okay, so she did do it on TikTok.
Who, Lori 2.0?
No, Reverend. She goes, this interview is a few
Reverend.
things that were about her reading from. Let me see if I can just play it here, and we'll listen, but I won't put it on because I don't have to go. Sometimes if I go out to something else, I end up getting thrown out. So I'm going to turn it on here. All right. Oh, I've turned it up, silly. Okay. Here it is.
To hear anything bad, like, you know,
this is about
Sebastian. Your son is diseased like that. He's not that kind of mindset. He really wants to find him alive. I mean, this is a man who literally lived in San Diego, California. He was married to this woman. And what he told me was multiple occasions while he was sleeping, this woman would drink. She had severe mood swings. And even before he said that, I asked if she was bipolar, because I was just getting, these vibes. And he said that she's never been diagnosed with that, but her sister has. So
red flag.
He was saying she does have severe mood swings. And that he had been like fully sleeping on multiple occasions where she actually attacked him, according to Seth. And so that she did have a history of violence as well. So the stepfather, it sounds like from the chatter, has a history of violence. And according to the bio dad, the stepmother also has a history of violence. And and he said that while they were married, she really couldn't deal with Sebastian very well. Now, remember, everything I'm saying is from his perspective, and that's what he's saying. But she couldn't really deal with the extra complexities of having an autistic child, because you are doing a lot of giving, and anytime you have a disabled child, it's more work. You spend more time, and they have special needs. That's why they're called special needs, right? And so, according to the stepfather, she also would drink to excess to the point where, like, she urinate right in their bedroom.
Oh, wow!
Literally get that wasted.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it off right there for a second. We'll talk for a second, because I don't know if fair use. I don't know if this way it counts with fair use or not. But anyway, okay. So listen to what they're saying, and she says even the stepfather says that is she talking about Crispy saying that she would do these things, or are we talking about Seth saying these things? Because that's kind of confusing. Because Coffee says she gets so upset and rageful when she follows these kids' cases, because she worked with kids for over 15 years, and it's so hard to watch, but it's even worse for their family. Oh, yeah, it's even worse for their families. And Leslie says, I'm bipolar, and so is my brother. I guess it can run in families, but, there's nothing wrong with having mental illness. There's not.
Well, and being bipolar doesn't automatically constitute that you are, what's the word I'm looking for? Angry.
Right.
That you're violent, right? That you're violent,
right?
That doesn't go hand in hand with that.
We had heard before, though, about her getting messed up like that and then going there and attacking him. So my question is, and I don't
alcohol
want to say
generally a lot of times will increase rage,
right?
But mental illness doesn't necessarily go hand in hand.
With
something happened to Sebastian. Something happened to Summer. It just, unfortunately, when kids disappear like that, the percentage of them that come home. Same thing with Devlin. The percentage of the children that come home alive is so small. It's. I hate to say it, but it's true. It just is.
Did anybody watch Primetime Buzz today when she did her show, and at the very end talked about, and I had never heard this before. I don't know where she has this information from. I don't know why we've never heard it before, but she made some comments that there was somebody else in the car when they left Texas Roadhouse besides Sebastian and Katie. Somebody else was in the car, and that she stopped on the side of the road on the way home and talked to somebody who was wearing some official looking outfit and told him to get out, and that he went with the person in this official looking outfit, that he never went home, and that the person that took the trash out was probably Katie. Anybody else hear that today?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This is on Crime
Okay,
Time
so
Buzz.
if you get in your car if you go to your car and there's somebody in your car, do you get in your car and drive away with them, or do you not get in your car?
Apparently, this was somebody that got in the car at Texas Roadhouse. But y'all remember, I don't know if you remember this or not. No, you didn't watch it? Okay, well, if you get a chance, go back and watch it. It's like the last 15 minutes or the last 20 minutes of her little show today. It talks about this. But if you remember right, Sebastian got in the front seat on the passenger side, and then she got in, on the driver's side. Of course she did. But I don't remember seeing anybody else. And then she said she drove straight home. All right. And then they said there was a camera in the car that accounted for them being in the car and the conversations in the car. Now, I don't know if it was a radar detector, which can record, or if it was actually something else. Because remember, Crispy says it is not a dash cam. He said that's not what it was. It was something else.
Well, what the hell else could it be?
Yeah, that's one thing. It's the radar detector, because it can pick up any conversation that's going on.
Well, and two, all the things that are inside a car, they should be able to take that out of the car, and it should tell you if there was any stops between point A and point B.
Right. But remember, there's part of this. LE has a lot of information, and they're not going to release this to us. And I don't think they should. Right.
No.
I think they need to protect this case. But I understand Seth being at the point where he is, because he sees nothing getting done. I know, understand. But if you watched Seth's live last night, did any of you hear him say, Katie, you better hope nothing happens to me, because if it does, you know what? I'm like, what do you mean? What's going to happen if something happens to him and Sebastian's not found? I mean, what are they hiding? That's what I want to know.
Right.
Did you watch it? I mean, if you didn't watch it,
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I need to watch it.
It was kind of like right in the middle. Yeah, Leslie watched it. Leslie, what do you think it was? What do you think that they're talking about? What has he got on her? What has that got to do with any of this? And I don't like conspiracies, and I don't want to, and I'm not going to say that LE is not doing their job. I'm not saying any of that. But what if there is something that the three parents know that they've not told anybody else?
Well, I think there's a point in these cases when LE can't do anything more. They've collected everything that they can possibly collect, and they're just waiting for that one thing that's going to break it wide open, and they're going to be able to move forward. They're just stopped right now. There's just nothing they can do. They don't have any more information they can go on,
or anything they can release to the public anyway.
Oh yeah.
I think they know about the car. I think they know about the flashlight. I think they know everything. Leslie goes, I don't know, but it must be something bad that Seth threatened KK with. Well, I wonder, did something happen to somebody else that she was responsible for that Seth knows about that we don't know about? I don't know.
There's definitely something there. Definitely.
Yeah, that was such a strange thing to say.
Where was this at, Lil Red? Where was this live at? I want to go watch it.
This was on Seth went live last night on it, and the name of it was "It's Been Too Long." Okay. He said it was been too long, and he makes this statement down toward
what channel though?
The end.
What channel though?
It's Seth's channel.
Okay.
Yeah, Seth Rollins' channel. And so he makes this little statement. It was down toward the end. And he was very upset. I understand that. But let's play a little bit more of the Donna Serafina thing for a second. I stopped it for fair use. I don't know if it works like this, but we'll see. Here we go.
When she was that wasted. Wow. So let's see. He also said, like I told you, so I had said I saw a little scuffle. Like I didn't see a conspiracy to commit murder. Like not like a plan thing, like let's get rid of this kid.
Right.
More like what Seth told me was that the stepfather, is that Chris, the stepfather?
Yes.
That Chris had told him a couple months ago that their marriage was on the rocks, that he no longer wanted to deal with the problems of Sebastian and the problems of his ex-wife and his own problems. Like he was done, and that their marriage might be ending. So Seth has come out publicly and said that Sebastian was due to come live with him. But if you're talking about pressure in the marriage that could contribute to somebody losing their temper, and then like you said, she, according to Seth, she's trained martial arts extensively, so she has the ability to cause damage. According to Seth, she has tempered and has mood swings. Now I don't know if it's still alcohol or later, but this marriage has only been going on a couple years. And if I'm hearing Seth correctly, this guy from Tennessee, she met him, they got married, and he wanted to bring her back home to Tennessee. And Seth moved all the way to Tennessee as well because he wants to be in the life of his son. Like he's really attached to Sebastian, and they might both have a little. I don't know if they both have that I forgot what it's called. It's on the spectrum. Asperger's. I don't know if they both have that or if the father. But he's really. I mean, the stories he told me, he would kind of go into a little like if they did something to Sebastian, they need justice. But then he would move into stories about his son around the campfire and building a fire with him and fishing with him and doing. I don't think he said Sebastian really fished much, but it was just like taking him there and just really intense bond with his son. And so there's something the stepfather continuously says that drives me insane. Every time the issue comes up of what happened, the stepfather sits there and says, "Oh, I was at work," and it's like, wait a minute, didn't he leave at 4 a.m.?
Well, that is one thing, Donna. From what I understand, he was not in town at that point. According to one of the people I spoke to, the month of February until the 26th at 1 p.m., supposedly he was not around. And if I'm incorrect and somebody truly knows the inside details, please let me know in the comments. But that's what I understand, according to somebody I spoke to. And they know the details because they know. That's all I can say.
Because on interview, wasn't he saying?
No.
Okay, this is speculation because I don't have 100% clarity. I didn't listen to the recording. The father was waiting to hear from me. He wanted me to call, so I did. And we discussed, and I just told him some things I remembered. And I really felt like he's in no place to hear anything bad. Like,
right,
your son is deceased. I believe your son is deceased. Like that. He's not that kind of mindset. He really wants to find him alive. I mean, this is a man who literally lived in San Diego, California. He was married to this woman. And what he told me was multiple occasions while he was sleeping, this woman would drink. She had severe mood swings. And even before he said that, I asked if she was bipolar because I was just getting, these vibes. And he said that she's never been diagnosed with that, but her sister has. So
okay, hang on a second. It's a short one. It was only like 3 minutes. Okay.
Go into a little
okay. Okay, so I'll have to go back and find the other part to that because that was just a short one. But
yeah, it's just looping.
Think about that. Yeah, it's just looping. Oh, stop. All right. So, I mean, if all of this was said to say, I have no reason not to believe everything that Seth says. He's not giving me a reason at all not to believe him because I do believe him. So he already knew so many things that we did not know until much later in the case. And that being that this was on the rocks and all of that kind of thing. I think, listen, Leslie, I think Edgar was at his mother's house too. I call him Crispy Critter, but I think Crispy Critter was at his mother's house too, right? I think that, but remember, it was also said that he left to go to Memphis, back to his job at 9:00 Sunday night. He had been on a 4-day weekend. He had been in town and he'd been at his mother's house. And then he left at 9:00. Let me ask y'all something. What if on the way home from Texas Roadhouse, whatever, and he did stop, she stopped. And what if he did get in the truck with Crispy? Because I've always thought when Crispy went to Memphis, so did Sebastian. But I don't know what happened to him after that. After that, I have no idea. But then what is the flashlight thing about? Right. I mean, it's such a, I just don't know. And I'm not ever going to know. And I know I'm not ever going to know until he's found, until they have a trial, until somebody, gets charged with it and all that. But you got to think, when we don't know, we always fill it in with what makes sense to us. And so what's always made sense to me was that he left town when his stepdad left town. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I have a saying that those who have nothing to hide nothing.
Right.
And when you're hiding something, there's a reason. And I think that there's a lot of things that, especially Katie, is hiding in this.
Right.
A lot.
Did anybody watch The Lab? Or did anybody watch The Mob Crew last night?
I did not.
I watched little parts of all of this. Well, the mob was was replaying The Lab's thing with McDonough. And when they were talking about, when she was talking about this easement, this public easement that she claimed was half hers and all that. Well, McDonough made a very important statement about there's something at that house that they are hiding. Why was she so concerned about that easement? And I want to know that too. Okay, now that house does not have a basement, but remember when she talked to somebody, when she talked to the PI, she was talking about the sex trafficking and all this, or in somebody's basement. Remember, she made that statement. Well, their house does not have a basement, but it does have a crawl space. But all of that was checked. Did they bring the kid back there afterwards? Probably not. I don't think so. And we learned that they don't live in the house anymore. We also learned from Seth last night. Hey there, little Trishy, how you doing? That he did not live in the house. They don't live in the house anymore. Somebody else is living in the house right now. Now I don't know who.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't live there anymore.
I could see not living there, but allowing other people to live there when that could potentially be a crime scene, that's a little risky.
Well, the thing is it stopped being a crime scene the day everybody showed up and started trampling around that house. They didn't close it off. Remember,
right. Well, that they do in so many cases. But if he is to be found, that's going to be considered a crime scene.
Yeah. But in Madeline Soto's case, they just blocked the house off. Nobody else went in.
Yeah.
She went and got her medicine, but that was it. Why didn't they do the same thing?
Well, why didn't they do the same thing why didn't they do the same thing with the Watts house? I mean, there's so many different cases where they did not properly tie everything down.
Right. I know that when you got a 15-year-old kid, okay, here's some things. You got a 15-year-old kid. We know he has autism, but that was a recent diagnosis. It wasn't like they knew he had this for years. This was recent. And so when you think about autism, and you think about the 15-year-old kid, and you think about eloping and things like that and running to water, right? That's the first thing that comes to these people's mind when you say autism, which is so ridiculous. But I think because they thought it was just a runaway 15-year-old with autism, they didn't think it could be anything else. That is how they were fooled. And I really do believe that Craddock realizes he was fooled. Okay. But from the story from day one, I think he knows it. Leslie thinks that Cruella pays Ellie off. Okay, now I'm going to say this. It's just my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I respect everybody here. They don't have that kind of money. They have money. Yeah. They don't have that kind of money to pay off the whole town to keep something a secret. Because if it ever came out, the whole town would end up in jail. I mean, they would lose everything. Those people involved would lose everything they had and end up in jail for corruption. I mean, that you can't. Anyway, that's just my theory on it. I mean, but who am I, right? I don't know. I hear other people's lives, them talking about all this stuff, but that would make it so. There's just no way it can be that big. The thing is, it's like Occam's razor, isn't it? The simplest thing is probably usually the answer, sort of. That's kind of the way. Yeah.
1 and 1 is 2 all day long. It's not 37. And a lot of these cases, it becomes 37. I always say that. I don't know why I picked 37, but I always say that. So many of these cases, it's 37. And if it's not 2, there's a reason why. And we have to find that reason.
Right. Agreed. Oh, wait a minute. Is this from last night? Oh, I think I might have. No, I don't want to play. I'm not going to play that person anyway. All right. Well, we've been on here about an hour and a half or so, and I don't like to keep y'all long because I know everybody has things to do and kids coming home from school and all the and cooking dinner and all these kind of things. But I did want to come on here and talk about this craziness over here, which I know we started on a whole different topic, but geez, it's just amazing. Trishy goes, in my opinion, Crispy convinced Ellie that the ASD diagnosis was to blame for Sebastian eloping, and hence Sumner County didn't secure the scene. And then it was that's what I think, Trishy. Yeah. I agree with you. I think that's exactly what happened, And then it was too late. Now, the 50 when she was so upset about the easement, that was 50 days in. We're almost 2 years, right? Think about that. Well, his birthday's coming up December the 7th. Again, we're going to have another birthday for that child.
Ugh.
It's so hurtful. We also need to talk about Devlin. I know that we've not, I know Lady has been speaking to somebody, and I know she's going to do a live about this. I personally, I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't ever want to get any phone numbers or emails to the victims in these cases. Okay. I can't let myself get that close to these people because I'll be crying all the time. My husband could not handle it. Of course, I know okay, myself and Sprinkle had both lost children, and we're both kind of on the same. Oh, good, Trish, I'm glad you're at lunch. We're kind of on the same page, and we are both very tender-hearted when it comes to these children, and we do understand how these parents feel about where, they need that closure. We know, and so I can't get that close to these people because I'll be on the phone crying with them every single day, and I can't live like that. It just won't help me. So I'll let her do. I mean, even though we are going to help do this case together, I'll let her do all of that, and she's better at it than I am too. So Coffee and Scales says, I can't believe that if Sebastian was on the spectrum that he ran, a lot of the kids that I worked with that were on the spectrum would take off, whether we were out in the community or at their programs. Right. They can take off. I mean, they can take off at any time, but you know what? They don't all run off like that.
And I know that a lot of them are more runners when they're small too.
Right.
As they get older, you're able to teach them, especially at Sebastian's level. He was very teachable. He wasn't.
Oh, he's very intelligent.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, I have a grandson who's now 10, and when he was small, they had to lock the doors all the time. Well, even now at 10, he's nonverbal. But now, even at that age, he knows not to go. He knows not to run. They still lock the door, of course, but it's never an issue. I don't want to say he's outgrown that, but it's not such a big concern as he's getting older.
Right. Here's the weird thing about this. Now, Devlin and Sebastian have the same chromosome disorder, okay? They are both autistic, and Devlin has a couple more other things that goes along with what's wrong with him. But neither one of them, even Devlin, very smart. You could tell he was very smart. But
autistic children are extremely intelligent.
The problem is they don't know how to get it out of their head, either verbally or with their hands. They don't know how to get it out, but it's up there, right?
That's a myth. I think a lot of people are now realizing that, whereas before they didn't think they were intelligent. Now it's very apparent that most children that are on the autism spectrum are highly intelligent.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with their level of intelligence. There's just those wires that are crossed in their brains that just make them different from us.
If it's figured out early enough, and the parents take the time to go and learn how to teach them, because they're not the same. It's not going to be the same as your other children. If they go and learn how to help their children learn, and they become the teachers at home, not just expecting the school to do it, you're teaching, you're teaching at home as well as school, and you can get a balance there. Those children can go far.
Really, depending on the levels. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some, even
a lot of them. My grandson will never be able to live on his own.
Right.
He's that severe. He would never be able to care for himself.
Right.
I mean, he knows how to go in the kitchen and get a snack, or go in the kitchen and get something to drink. But to be able to pay bills, live on his own, make a meal, things like that, he can't, and he never will be able to, unfortunately. But there are so many children that are diagnosed that will grow up and be able to do that and hold jobs and be productive members of society. It just depends on the level. There's so much to that autism spectrum. It's not just, you're autistic or you're not. The levels, I mean, it just goes so deep. But Sebastian and Devlin, and I mean, they were at the levels where they could have lived independently.
Right. I mean, a lot of the things that was done to poor Sebastian and the home environment he had was out of cruelness. As you listen to these people and you watch this go on and listen, if you don't like what I'm saying, I'm sorry. And I'm not blaming anybody for what happened to him. I'm saying that the environment he lived in was horrible, abusive on all parties.
Oh,
okay, not Seth, but his home life, which in the way that it's I could see that making somebody want to run off. I mean,
well, look at children that are not on the spectrum when they live in that kind of environment. You put two children in different environments, and look at the difference what that child becomes and does not become, depending on the the environment they grew up in. It's gonna affect them, of course.
Yeah, I mean, that child did not run off with no shoes on in the cold. Now, do y'all remember the other day? I don't remember who was talking about it. Oh, it was the Mom Crew. He was talking about they had a recording of Crispy Critter out there on a search, and I think it was nighttime, and he had an epiphany because he'd never been out searching for the kid before, and he realized right then that story wasn't going to fly. Because there's no way that kid could have ran through the night like that with no shoes on.
And why would he? He's never done that before. Like, why would that be the first night he did that?
He would. I mean, there's no way. There's just no way.
No.
I mean,
if he had a habit of doing that, and they could show that, and they knew that'd be one thing, that was just what he did. But that's not what Sebastian did. That's not what he did.
Yeah.
That was not in his behavior pattern. No.
Well, he didn't need to elope anywhere. I mean, if he was that unhappy, he could just call his dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me say this: they acted like he could just call his dad, and he was free to go over there anytime he wanted to. If that's true or not, we don't know, but that is the way they put it out. So,
right.
I don't know.
I just hope that he's found. I hope that Devlin's found. It's just heartbreaking.
I'm hoping that the search that's trying to be planned up for Devlin, I'm hoping that comes to fruition, and I'm hoping that brings sunlight, and I hope we hear that that's not what happened to him. I hope it's not that. But, I heard something today, and it kind of really shocked me. I was driving back from getting my nails done, and I heard somebody on, it was a YouTube channel, but I had never heard this YouTube channel before. It's not Queen Bee, but she called herself, Queen Alta or it's something, but it wasn't Queen Bee. But I was listening to this, and she was talking about, people are always talking about these missing children, and they hope wherever they are that it's better. But here's the thing: they're not at home, okay? And if they are someplace else, how could it be? I'm sure it's not better. That's just kind of some kind of a pipe dream we all have in our head, because that's what we want to believe, instead of believing what would be real, because that way we feel like they're not already gone or being abused somehow, that kind of thing. And that really made a lot of sense to me. It did. It made a lot of sense to me. Trishy says he also had more access to the internet than Crispy. Oh, I know that's right. But you know what? Here's the thing. Even though he had access to the internet and all that, I just don't think he made arrangements to run off like that. There's no way he would go without shoes, I really wish everybody would go listen to the last 20 minutes of Crime Time Buzz today and hear what she has to say, because she talks like this is credible from somebody who was in the car with them. Okay, was in the car with Sebastian and her, and was there when the stop was made, and was there when the conversation happened. And it had something to do with, how did she put it? When he got in trouble for telling lies on to the CPS people, because he was trying to get Crispy Critter removed from the house, and that there was some kind of they were telling him, if you go with these people, you won't get arrested, that kind of thing. It's how they got. Yeah, something like that. I thought to myself, no, that's a wild story, but could it be true? Yeah, it could be. It could be, right? I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah. So, all right, we've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. Thank you guys for coming by. I know we'll come back. We'll come back tomorrow. You want to come back tomorrow with something else?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we'll come back with something else tomorrow. This was just a quick thing. When I saw this, I said, oh God, I got to. It's crazy. Anyway, you all have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for stopping by. And I always tell you guys, be safe out there, take care of yourself, and hug your babies. Good afternoon, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.